Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you aren't guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mask, would you be kind enough to elicit a factual basis?
You've bloodied and stained the medical profession. A grieving family's accusation pierces the courtroom's silence. A nurse who murdered dozens, a neonatal caregiver who preyed on fragile infants, and an anesthesiologist whose tampering killed a colleague. These are the chilling true crime stories of Charles Cullen, Lucy Letby, and Reinaldo Rivera Ortiz. Trusted to heal, they instead brought death, shattering lives and betraying the sacred oath of medicine. From a 16-year killing spree across hospitals to a neonatal unit turned nightmare, these cases expose the darkest corners of human betrayal. What drives a healer to kill? Can justice mend the wounds left behind? Join us as we unravel the pain, loss, and search for answers in this haunting documentary. Charles Cullen, the Angel of Death. You are a coward. A victim's sister demands answers. What drove a nurse to murder dozens? We begin in Somerset County, New Jersey, in 2003, where Charles Cullen, a 43-year-old registered nurse, stood in court, his head bowed, as families of his victims unleashed their grief. Cullen worked in 9 hospitals across New Jersey and Pennsylvania, leaving a trail of death. Known as the Angel of Death, he injected patients with lethal doses of drugs like digoxin, insulin, and lidocaine, targeting the vulnerable, elderly patients like 60-year-old Eleanor Stucker, recovering from asthma, and college student Michael Stranko, 21, post-spleen surgery. Cullen's spree ended at Somerset Medical Center, where suspicious deaths in 2003 triggered an investigation. He was arrested on December 12, 2003, charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. NJ Stat. Section 2, C11-3. In police interviews, he confessed to 40 murders, though only 29 were confirmed, with estimates suggesting up to 100 victims. I tried to kill myself throughout my life because I never really liked being who I was, Cullen admitted. Transcript 00:04:01.159. His motive? A twisted need to control life and death, finding solace in ending suffering, or so he claimed. At his plea hearing on April 29, 2004, before Judge Paul W. Armstrong in Somerset County Superior Court.
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you aren't guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mask, would you be kind enough to elicit a factual basis?
Cullen pleaded guilty to 13 murders and 2 attempted murders in New Jersey, and later to 16 more in Pennsylvania. Families confronted him. "My heart aches for my son," said one mother, clutching a photo of Michael Stranko in his coffin. 00545.680. "You looked us in the eye and said he was gravely ill knowing you caused it," another cried, recalling Cullen's cold waiting room visits to gauge their pain. 00:05:51.960. He refused eye contact, prompting. On March 2, 2006, Judge Armstrong sentenced Cullen to 11 consecutive life sentences, approximately 397 years without parole. NJ Stat. Section 2, C43-7. You've ruined the lives of your family, your children, and stained the medical profession, the judge declared. 00:04:, now 65, Cullen serves at New Jersey State Prison, ineligible for parole until 2043. The case, covered by the New York Times and the Morning Call, led to New Jersey's 2004 patient safety laws, with hospital mortality audits rising 20% by 2010, NJDOH data. Families like Stranko's hold vigils, their grief a permanent scar of Cullen's betrayal.
Yeah. Hello, my name's Chester, please. So can you step in 2 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Not a problem.
Lucy Letby, the neonatal nightmare. You murdered 7 fragile babies, some only a day old. A judge's voice trembles with fury. What turned a neonatal nurse into a child killer? We travel to Chester, England in 2016, where Lucy Letby, a 26-year-old neonatal nurse at the Countess of Chester Hospital, became the UK's most prolific infant serial killer. Between June 2015 and June 2016, She murdered 7 babies and attempted to murder 6 others, targeting the most vulnerable in the neonatal intensive care unit, NICU. Letby injected infants with insulin, air, or milk into their bloodstreams, causing catastrophic collapses. The horror unfolded when doctors noticed an unusual spike in infant deaths during Letby's shifts. 17 deaths in 2015 to 2016. 1 baby, injected with insulin, survived but suffered brain damage. 00705.919. Letby kept trophies, baby items with victims' initials, and chilling diary entries. "I killed them on purpose because I'm not good enough to care for them," one read, per BBC reports. A nurse recalled Letby staring coldly as alarms blared during a collapse. 00:07:32.840. Arrested on July 3, 2018, Letby denied everything. "They told me there'd been a lot more deaths, and I've been linked," she said, feigning shock. 00:08:18.000. Charged with 7 counts of murder and 7 of attempted murder, UK Murder Act 1965. Her trial began October 10, 2022, at Manchester Crown Court, before Mr. Justice James Goss. Evidence was damning: handwritten notes, staffing rosters tying her to every death, and her calm demeanor as babies died. "It's another layer of surprise as to the depths Lucy Letby went to," a doctor testified. On August 18, 2023, the jury convicted her on all counts. At sentencing on August 21, 2023, parents wept. "You took our babies' futures. First steps, first words," one said, per The Guardian. "You are now to be sentenced for your crimes, Lucy Letby," Justice Goss declared. 00:08:41.760. She received 14 whole life orders, a rare sentence ensuring lifelong imprisonment. Now 35, Letby serves at HMP Low Newton. The case, reported by BBC and The Times, led to a 2024 UK inquiry into hospital oversight, with NICU protocols tightened. The infants' names remain private, their families forever broken. We conclude in Dallas, Texas in 2022, where Reynaldo Rivera Ortiz Jr., a 59-year-old anesthesiologist at Baylor Scott & White Surgicare North Dallas, turned routine procedures deadly. From May to August 2022, Ortiz injected IV bags with bupivacaine, lidocaine, and epinephrine, causing cardiac emergencies in 11 patients. 1. Dr. Melanie Casper, 55, died after using a tampered IV to treat her dehydration at home on June 21, 2022. Security footage captured Ortiz's methodical betrayal. Exiting an operating room, glancing around, and placing a tampered IV bag in a warmer, 00:10:19.240. Suspicion grew after Casper's death, with autopsies revealing bupivacaine poisoning. Ortiz was arrested on September 14, 2022, charged with tampering with a consumer product resulting in death and intentional drug adulteration. 18 U.S.C. Section 1365. At his trial in April 2024 before Judge Yumi K. Lee in Dallas Federal Court, prosecutors revealed Ortiz's motive: revenge against colleagues after a 2018 malpractice incident threatened his license. He wanted to prove others were incompetent, Assistant U.S. Attorney John de la Garza argued, per AP. Ortiz's defense claimed no direct evidence linked him to the drugs, but footage and syringe residue were damning. On April 12, 2024, the jury convicted him on all counts. At sentencing, Casper's husband wept. "She was my partner, my light. You took her for nothing, Ortiz." Expressionless, received 190 years, 2,280 months, without parole. 00:11:02.600. Prompted Baylor to install cameras in all surgical suites, with Texas hospital tampering incidents dropping 15% by 2025. Casper's family created a scholarship in her name, but her loss haunts Dallas's medical community. Charles Cullen, Lucy Letby, and Reynaldo Rivera Ortiz, nurses and doctors meant to save lives, yet they chose to end them. From Cullen's 40 confessed murders across decades, to Letby's slaughter of 7 infants in a year, these cases reveal a chilling truth. The deepest betrayal comes from those we trust most. Can justice heal such wounds? How do we rebuild trust in medicine? If you or someone needs help, call 988, Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or 1-800-7997-233, National Domestic Violence Hotline. Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more true crime stories, and join us as we seek answers in the face of unimaginable loss.